Some structures, believed to have been built thousands of years ago, still leave scientists baffled as to who built them and how. One such unsolved mystery is the Naupa Huaca, hidden deep inside a secluded cave in Peru's Sacred Valley. Far from the crowded paths of Machu Picchu and Ollantaytambo, tucked away among desolate mountains, this structure challenges not only the limits of time, but also the boundaries of modern technology. Who knows what secrets lie hidden within the walls of this cave? What kind of rituals were performed inside this ancient structure? And the most important question, who built this engineering marvel and why? In this video, we uncover the mystery of Naupa Huaca. If you're ready, let's explore this unsolved enigma together. By the way, if you enjoy this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video. Your support means a lot to me. Welcome to my channel, Discovery of the Mystery, where we will uncover the secrets. In 1985, during what was meant to be an ordinary exploration in Peru's Sacred Valley, a discovery was made that would change the course of history. Just a few kilometers from Ollantaytambo, in a remote cave under the shadow of Huayna Picchu Mountain, an extraordinary example of stonework was uncovered. Named Naupa Huaca, the structure was so flawless that its construction with the technology of its time remains a mystery to this day. It didn't just astonish archaeologists. It stunned engineers and physicists as well, because the details found here suggested that people living thousands of years ago may have possessed knowledge far beyond what we thought possible. This is not merely a creation of the Inca civilization, but perhaps the work of a much older, almost completely forgotten culture that existed long before them. Set into the middle of a steep slope, carved directly into the mountain with what seems like millimeter-perfect engineering, is an inverted V-shaped entrance. At first glance, it's like a silent invitation into the unknown inside. But as you approach, you're met with a shocking reality. The entrance is sealed with massive stones, and additional walls have been built over it, as if whatever was inside should never be uncovered. But why? Were the Incas protecting a sacred relic within? Or was there a secret behind these stones that was never meant for human eyes? Right beside the entrance is another feature that deepens the mystery: a false door. It is integrated into the rock so perfectly that it appears as if it were cut by a laser thousands of years ago. The stone used to create this door is andesite, with a Mohs hardness rating of 7, just as durable as granite. Shaping such a hard stone with edges this sharp is a challenge even with today's advanced technology, and would have been virtually impossible using the stone and copper tools of the Inca period. Those methods would have left rough, uneven surfaces. Yet here, what we see is entirely different. Perfect angles, glass-like smoothness, and not a single trace of tool marks. When documentary filmmakers Jay and Helder examined the site, they brought along a field microscope and made a surprising discovery. Instead of chisel marks, they found layers of melted andesite. This indicated the stone had been worked using extreme heat. But who, thousands of years ago, could have possessed such technology? These layers had transformed into an obsidian-like glassy sheen, and that sight left researchers with one burning question: how could anyone have generated heat intense enough to cause this transformation? Andesite is a durable volcanic rock composed of minerals such as plagioclase, feldspar, and pyroxene, melting at around 1,000 degrees Celsius. However, for its surface to transform into an obsidian-like texture, the temperature would likely need to exceed 1,200 degrees Celsius. Such heat cannot be achieved, whether in ancient times or even in the early modern era, using wood or charcoal fires. This strongly suggests that the stone was exposed to an unknown, extraordinarily intense source of heat. Yet what that source was remains shrouded in mystery. Every detail here seems to stand as proof that the builders of this structure possessed extraordinary knowledge and skill. The ceiling of the cave, despite being situated along a steep mountainside, has been cut with astonishing precision. The surface is leveled almost flawlessly. Moreover, there are two intentional angles, one at 60 degrees and the other at 52 degrees. These same angles are found together in only one other place on Earth, the slopes of the two largest pyramids in Giza. This level of precision and mathematical correlation is also seen in Egypt's bent pyramid. Just like the Great Pyramid of Giza, the geometry of Naupa Huaca points to advanced astronomical knowledge. Everywhere you look, specific angles and ratios are present, and inevitably the question arises, why put so much effort into creating a door that leads nowhere? In the ancient Quechua language, the word Naupa means ancient or belonging to a distant past. Waka carries a deeper spiritual meaning, a place where the divine and the earthly intersect. It is a bridge between the physical world and that of gods or ancestors. Therefore, Naupa Huaca translates to ancient sacred place. For this reason, some believe these false doors are portals allowing travel through time and space. Others suggest the passage is not physical, but metaphysical, a means for consciousness to bridge different realms. This is why Naupa Huaca has grown increasingly popular among those seeking spiritual enlightenment, healing, and connection with ancient energies. It is described as a high vibrational energy point. Visitors say that standing here can trigger profound spiritual transformation, sometimes even elevating their consciousness to a higher level. Some claim that during meditation or rituals, they have made contact with star beings and received guidance from them. In Andean cosmology, certain places are believed to be gateways between different realms. Perhaps this is why the stonework at Naupa Huaca bears such striking similarities to ancient sites like Ollantaytambo in Cusco and Pumapunku. The common link is the legendary traveling creator god, Viracocha, whose name appears in ancient myths. According to legend, Viracocha and 7 radiant beings appeared in Tiwanaku 10,000 years ago, following a great flood, and helped rebuild humanity. Moreover, this group is mentioned not only in the Andes region, but also in Egypt, Mesopotamia, and civilizations across the world. And it is no coincidence that similar false doors are also found in these regions. All these commonalities lead us to consider one thing. These doors may be the product of something far beyond stone craftsmanship, perhaps serving a much deeper purpose. Returning to Naupa Huaca, we find the remains of a ruined foundation directly beneath the portal. Perhaps at one time, another structure, now vanished, stood here. On the right side of the cave lies yet another piece of stonework, carved with extraordinary precision, silently guarding the secrets of the past. This stonework continues on the reverse side of the rock, but this scene bears the marks not of time, but of a great catastrophe. It is as if, thousands of years ago, a massive explosion or cataclysm shattered this place, scattering stone fragments far and wide. What was the true scale of the structure on that day? No one knows anymore. When you arrive at the cave entrance, the most striking feature of Naupa Huaca reveals itself in all its grandeur, the so-called altar. This colossal megalith is perfectly aligned with a rare outcrop of blue bluestone found in the region. Distinct from the surrounding sandstone, this rock possesses a unique shimmer thanks to the crystals within it. These crystals are special not only in appearance, but also in scientific terms, because they possess extraordinary piezoelectric properties, meaning they can generate electricity when mechanical pressure is applied. Such stones were even used in early radio receivers. Moreover, this bluestone also exhibits magnetic properties. The coexistence of natural magnetism and piezoelectricity in the same stone strongly suggests that it was chosen deliberately. The altar's surface is glass smooth, and its cutting angles are nearly mathematically perfect. Right-angled niches, sharp corners, and millimeter-precise lines. This craftsmanship is on a completely different level compared to the traditional stone or bronze tools of pre-Inca cultures. Bronze tools, when used to carve such sharp inner corners, would cause the stone to crack or the surface to chip. Here, however, there is not a single flaw. The structure also features two large protrusions, a detail strikingly similar to the trapezoid fountain at Ollantaytambo. That fountain also had multi-layered carving work, and today still bears the remains of two broken ears. Interestingly, despite being made of granite, that fountain also exhibited piezoelectric properties. In fact, when you ran your finger quickly along its edge, you could affect the flow of water, suggesting that the stone was resonating and interacting with the water. Sadly, the altar at Naupa Huaca was blown up with dynamite by Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century. Like anything that could threaten the authority of the Christian world at the time, this advanced prehistoric structure was destroyed. But there's an intriguing detail. In that period, the Spanish did not possess the technology to drill into such a hard stone at that depth. This strongly suggests that the hole at the top of the altar was most likely original. Upon closer inspection, spiral marks can be seen inside this hole, progressing at even intervals, identical to the traces left by a modern drill. Yet the altar's significance lies not only in its craftsmanship, but also in its precise connection to the sky. Its three chambers are perfectly aligned with the rising of Sirius, the winter solstice, and various constellations. The purpose of Naupa Huaca remains an unsolved mystery. Mainstream historians attribute this site to the Incas. However, the megalithic mastery we see here is very different from their construction style. The Incas typically used mortarless fieldstone masonry and adobe, often attempting to replicate more complex structures that predated them. While their own works are impressive, they pale in comparison to the perfection of the stonework at Naupa Huaca. Smooth surfaces, sharp lines, millimeter-precise measurements. These cannot be explained by the Incas' Bronze Age tools, nor by the technology of any other known civilization from that era. In fact, even today, replicating this level of stonework exactly would be a major challenge, even with our modern technology. Who built this structure? Why was it constructed? And what purpose did it serve? There are so many unanswered questions about Naupa Huaca, and to this day, it continues to guard its mystery. So what do you think? You can share your thoughts on this topic in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed my content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned. You can support my work by liking and commenting on my videos.